What is up, everybody? Bob Lopkins here at Camp County Jamboree Disc Golf Course. Beautiful day today, 52 degrees. It is very windy though. We got about 20-mile-an-hour winds right now. You can probably hear it blowing through the trees around me. We're gonna start off on hole 2, pushing past a big group on hole 1. We were gonna try to shoot PR today, 8 down, but since it's so windy, I'm just gonna try to shoot under par, go 1 down today, and just have some fun. I've been slowly getting better each round that I play. In this last week since I did that fieldwork video, I've been improving a little bit. I've been shooting like 1 over, but still haven't gotten back to the under par mark. But without any further ado, let's go ahead and get into it. Starting off on hole 2, poolside par 3 in the A position, 232 feet. We're gonna go hyzer flip hex right up to the left side. Try to flip it right at the basket. I've been doing 2 things recently that's been working. I've been trying to line up with the side of the tee pad to kind of give me an aim point. And I've been trying to throw nice and smooth and not trying to juice everything there. And I've also been disking down, like I said in the fieldwork video, and I've been getting there a lot. So hopefully we can implement that today. I'm gonna go hex here, try to go line up with the left side of the tee pad, hyzer flip it up the left side of the fairway. There we go, nice and up there, got a good skip. Don't know if you can see it, but it's gonna be a putt. No warm-up putts, wind is down right now. I've just been focusing on extending my arm out towards the basket and trying to push the disc there, and that's been working for me. See if I can knock this one down. Here we go, it's a good putt. Nice little bird to start. Hole 3, upgrade par 3 in the A position, 245 feet. I've been lining up on this right side of the tee pad and trying to throw a hyzer flip through the right gap, and that's been working for me. So we're gonna try it here with a trail. Oh, got sneaky. A little bit deep, decent throw, missed the line obviously, but gonna have a putt. I'm gonna touch deep here. I have been struggling with the downhill putts recently, but it's been getting a little bit better, so hopefully I can knock this one in. Start out with 2 birds. No! That's all right, par's okay. Hole 4, straight shooter par 3, 359 feet. Haven't quite figured out this shot yet. Might try another hyzer flip and just stick with it. We'll see what we can do with it too. Try to go up the left side. Oh, too much hyzer. Holy cow. Got smoked by the wind too. There's a right to left. Exposed the flight plate to it and just smoked it over. Gotten air worked a couple times already on the putt there. There was a headwind and pushed it down just into the cage. And then on that one, obviously lifted up to the left. Might happen again here. I'm gonna try to throw it flat and hopefully reduce the exposure as much as I can. But we're gonna go with a range here. Try to throw it up the right gap. See if we can turn it in towards the basket. Save a par here. Oh, I turned it a little bit too much. Should be fine. Should be an easy putt up and down for the 4. Maybe we'll be able to give it a run. Something else that's happened in the last week is I figured out how to step putt. So we're gonna go ahead and give that a try here with a koi, so that if I run it way past, it'll just sit where it lands, hopefully. I'm gonna try to step it over the bush and try to swing it into the basket. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully we can sink this one. I don't mind that. Oh my goodness, just behind it. Dang, good effort. Should be an easy 4. Gotta tap that one in. Wind is pushing pretty hard left to right. Hopefully it won't matter on this short of a putt, but definitely could be a factor. Awkward footing naturally right inside the log. Oh my goodness, get in there. Hole 5, roadrunner par 3 in the B position, 317 feet. Wind is pushing a little head right to left on this one, which I think might actually be helpful if I throw the shot I'm trying to here with the zone SS. Trying to throw a turnover kind of right at the tree in the middle, turn it in towards the basket, and then if it goes on anhyzer, it'll get pushed down and won't push too far like it normally does. That looks wonderful. Now push it down. Oh, that'll push it down real quick. Smoked a tree. Might have a putt from there. Might be another koi putt. Hopefully there's nothing in our way. Turned out even better than I thought here. Apparently I hit this tree, I'm guessing. I thought I hit the tree right behind me, in which case there would be a bush right in my way. But wide open here, about 20 feet, maybe a touch further. Downhill again. See if I can get this one above the cage. Yeah, there we go, baby. That's a good putt. I like that a lot. felt great. Hole 6 campfire par 3 in the B position, 268 feet. Little headwind coming up the tunnel here. I have been throwing a tempo on this hole, and it's been working very well for me if I get the angle right, but I don't always get the angle right. The tempo, if I throw it on hyzer, will hold it the whole way, and if I throw it on anhyzer, will hold it the whole way. So it's a little bit touchy if I miss my angle of release. So I'm gonna go with a tomb here and try to throw a little bit of hyzer intentionally and hope the headwind will help flip it up towards the basket. That is wonderful. Flip up, flip more, flip more. Dang it.
Not my favorite.
Parked it though. Gonna be another birdie. Dang it, if the headwind just helped it flip a touch more, it could have been in the basket. Hole 7, whoop-de-doo, par 3 in the B position, 275 feet. This one's a little bit tricky. Tee-pad isn't quite pointed where I want it to, so I have to aim a little bit different way. I've been overturning it and going into the right fairway or hitting a tree, obviously, since there's a line of trees in the middle. So I'm gonna try to avoid that today. Go with an insanity. Try to throw right at the stump in the middle of the left fairway. Hopefully turn the touch towards the basket, and then if it fades out, we're perfectly okay with that. Wow, great kick. That was maybe one of the worst shots I've thrown all week. That was horrible. Totally grip locked it. Didn't trust my aim point and let go of all the rest of the mechanics too. Obviously not the drive that we wanted there, but we got the fortunate kick back into the fairway. Gotta capitalize on that. Get up and down from here. Gonna go range turnover. Try to turn it right in front of the tree next to the basket on the right, and hopefully be right next to the basket for a par. Go in. Holy cow, that would have been cool. That also would have been smoking past the basket if I didn't hit the cage, but it's happened par instead, so we'll take that. Hole 8, upriver drive, par 3 in the B position, 363 feet. I did say in my fieldwork video that I was gonna try a servo here, but I absolutely cooked a servo into first tree available on 16, and there is still tree that is a part of the disc. So we're gonna try a bokeh here, try to go touch a hyzer right at the first tree, and hopefully go just right of it, flip it up, and then hopefully get down there, see if we can get ourselves a putt. That looks wonderful. Get off that tree, please. Yes. There we go. That's just about as good as you can draw it up. That's perfect. Shout out fieldwork. Shout out me for this play. Doesn't really get any easier than that. I don't know why I've been throwing drivers on this hole the whole time. Been a bokeh always. Hole 9 jumps, par 3, going up to the left fairway, 271 feet. You can probably hear the wind is picking up a little bit here on this one. Straight headwind. I've been trying to go force over flex up the left side. Keep it out of the trees on the left side, which is where I usually miss. But if I do that, it flexes out right back in towards the basket. So hopefully we can do that today. I don't think the headwind should affect the fireball all too much, but we'll try to give it a touch less angle just to account for that, just in case. Yeah, it didn't affect it at all. That is still down there though. Usually that's still a putt even if it flexes out early, so we'll take that all day. It's even a little bit better than normal. Usually you're in a bush trying to straddle around it one way or the other, but wide and open here. There's still the headwind, which makes this putt scary. I've been running these and haven't really gotten punished for it, but I'm scared to in the headwind. I'm gonna try it anyway, see if we can bring this one up. Way past the basket. Uh-oh. Spooky putt, should knock it down though. Horribly misjudged the distance on that one. I think that was about 40 feet and I putted as if it was like a 60 footer. Got a little bit of a comebacker. Wind's down though, shouldn't be too bad. Get up, yes. All right, good par save. Didn't get punished for the run. I don't know what we're at actually right now, but I feel like we're playing pretty well, so hopefully we can keep that going. Hole 10 rock and roll, 310 foot par 3. I've been going tempo here and really have not had a bad shot with it. The worst shot I've had is a circle 2 wide open look at the basket. So we're gonna go tempo again here. Touch of headwind still, but really shouldn't affect the tempo too much. This tee pad, if you notice, is lined up directly at the right wall of trees, so got to do a little bit different aiming on this one. Try to pick a spot on the front of the tee pad and then line myself up with that instead. We'll try to go nice and flat here with the tempo, turn it in towards the basket just a touch, and hopefully have another birdie. Oh, headwind did turn it. Okay, good kick out towards the middle. I think that's going to be about 50 feet, but we'll see if we can give it a run. It's even shorter than I thought. I think we're actually about 80 here, which makes this layup a little bit sketchy with the headwind coming through. But we're going to go with the koi here, try to keep it low, keep it underneath the wind. I'm really surprised that tempo turned over. I pulled it a touch right and it started to turn, and then it just kept turning over. But we got to the middle of the fairway, so it's not the worst. See if we can execute this upshot with the koi. Perfect, let's go. I wanted this to land up on the rocks so that it wasn't quite as uphill, so short into a headwind, and shout out the koi. Got it done for me there. Made the tap in nice and easy. Par's okay on this hole. Hopefully we can get a birdie on hole 11, woodpecker, par 3, going up the right fairway, 282 feet. I've been going to fly on this one and powering down on it, flexing it up the right side, and we have a decently strong tailwind, so that might actually be an even better play today. I've been trying to go nice and smooth, touch of Anheuser right in the middle of the fairway, and then let it flex out towards the basket at the end. And I've been getting the putt pretty much every time. One time I did absolutely smoke the middle tree and kick all the way right out of bounds. So hopefully that doesn't happen today, but as long as I throw it good, it really shouldn't be in contention. That's a touch inside and a little bit low. Get a skip. Oh, got smoked. Rolled backwards. Should be a long putt, but no danger there. Should be at least an easy 3. Tough lie here. You obviously want to come in just left or just right of this tree, and then you're kind of home free. But squared it up. Got a straddle out here. Shouldn't be too bad to get up and down, but probably not going to be a very good run at this one. I might try to step this. I haven't tried stepping with the straddle, so we'll see how it goes. Might even try to jump it actually. We'll see what happens when I throw it. Jumper. Good layup. Tap that one in for the par, and we'll see what we can do on hole 12. Uprising par 3 in the A position, 300 feet. I'm gonna go engine here because there's a tail left to right. Aiden got decently close with a TL3, which is an 8-speed yesterday, so I probably could power down on this hole, but I want to make sure I don't pull it over and it get caught by the wind and lift over to the right. So we're gonna stick with the engine here, try to go flat right up the road, let it fade in towards the basket, see if we can get a look. Nice and smooth, right in the gap. Skip for me. Oh, kind of a dud skip. It should be about an edge of circle look. That's a very good throw. We are just outside the circle here, 35 feet, a little bit uphill. See if we can knock down the putt. Get a nice little birdie here. This one always feels really good to birdie. Come on. No, don't roll. Ugh, dang it. I like that putt. Didn't quite give it enough. Ooh, a little bit high there. Got it in though. Par is okay on that hole. Definitely a bit of a bonus birdie. Hole 13, pillars, par 3, 234 feet. I've been sticking with the pyro forehand on this one. As long as I hit the gap and don't hit the first tree, it's pretty easy to get down there and at least have some kind of look. Hopefully we can execute here, get ourselves a putt, see if we can get back on the board. Oh, it didn't quite turn it. Whoa. Got airworked, bounced up and blew backwards about 10 feet. Probably gonna be a layup from there. Maybe we can run it with the koi. Long look here, made even scarier by the headwind. We'll try to lay it up, we'll say it with the koi. See if we can just have a nice and easy tap and par. That should work. Hole 14, pinfall, long tee, par 3 in the A position, 347 feet. I've been going a little bit silly here, going Nuke OS over the top of all the trees and letting it spike down through them. I have had a couple putts at it. Worst case though is a par. So I'm gonna try it here. Don't know how it's gonna work out in the wind. I think it might just get absolutely taken. Hopefully we at least get down there, have some kind of putt. Oh, that wind is picking up too. This could go absolutely horribly wrong. Oh, got lifted. You know, it's not horrible. It got lifted and it pushed about 200 feet left, but should be a wide open up and down from there. For a little frame of reference of how left this got, the camera is almost exactly where my drive landed on 12. So we pushed quite a bit left. It's a little bit downhill as well, and it is pretty open. I'm gonna try to go with a little step putt with the koi to the right here and let it swing in towards the basket, and it should be pretty easy up and down here. That should be just great. I mean, that's just a wonderful tool to have in the bag. What the step putt allows me to do is normally I would try to like jerk it there and I'd be way off target, but now I can be nice and smooth with the step putt, and it just allows me to be way more accurate while still getting that power I need. Hole 15, the rock, par 3 in the B position, 262 feet. I normally would go a driver here too, but I'm gonna try a bokeh, see if we can get it right up the middle, fade it in towards the basket, see if we can get a putt at it, hopefully without murking any bikers. That's a great throw. Stable out. It's a tailwind. What the heck was that? Flipped over in a tailwind. How does that even work? Yeah, not the easiest spot here. Gonna have to straddle and then hit a turnover putt with the koi so we don't roll away. That's all right. Didn't quite give it a run. Nice and easy par again. We're at least protecting the strokes that we have, but hopefully we can get a few more here coming down the stretch. Hole 16, the bridge, par 3, long tee, 293 feet. Still haven't quite figured this hole out either. Got there with a crave and the bokeh yesterday. I think I'm gonna try a crave here and just try to get it flat to maybe a touch of hyzer, flip it up towards the basket. Hopefully don't hit any trees. See if we can get a putt on this one. Oh, yes. Parked it, let's go. I pulled it a little bit right at where I wanted, but the tailwind stabled it out. I thought it was gonna turn over into the trees on the right, but got nice and stable right through the gap, parked it, let's go. I almost got a little bit too close here. This putt is tough. Yes. That probably shouldn't be scary, but it always is. You never want to push back out on you. Hole 17, heartbreak, par 4, long tee in the B position, 535 feet. I went past this basket on the drive a couple days ago with the Falcor, going a hyzer flip up the right fairway, turning it up the road, and then fading it back in towards the basket. So I'm gonna try that again. There's a perfect amount of headwind right now to throw this on a little bit of hyzer and have it flip up. So hopefully I can do that. See if we can get an eagle look here. First objective is to hit the gap though. Didn't. Damn it. It's gonna be horrible to try to get a par from there too. Damn, that sucks. I don't even have an easy pitch out here to try to get to a spot where I can play for par. This might be the worst drive I've ever had on this hole. You know, I'm gonna have to go to a knee, flick a forehand here with the defy just to try to get back into the fairway where I have any kind of look. Wow, that's a great throw. Holy cow. That is about as good as I possibly could have done there. So hopefully I'm in a spot where I can get up and down. Definitely not easy from here. I'm gonna try a deflector forehand up the left side and see if we can get some kind of skip up into the green. I think that's gonna be our best chance of getting some kind of putt. And the deflector should hold up to this headwind as well. That looks pretty good. Stay up. Oh, smoked a rock. Oh, and it rolled back down too. Oh, damn it. That's probably gonna be a 5. That's a bit annoying, but obviously you just have to hit the gap on the tee. I wanna give this as good of a run as I possibly can without paying the price, so that means it's koi time. Got about 50 or 60 here. Still a lot of headwind just coming straight up from the basket, so it's gonna be a little bit tricky to judge this height and distance. Hopefully I can give it a little bit of a bid, and if I miss, hopefully it sits close and I can at least save the bogey. Uh-oh. Ooh, actually was almost pretty close. Just short on that one, put it a little bit too high. Got held up just enough by the headwind to stay short, but koi sat right here on the rock. Putter was blowing in my hand with the wind there. Took a bogey after hitting first available on a par 4, so it's not the end of the world, but obviously moving backwards hurts a little bit. Hole 18, downfall par 3 in the A position, 333 feet. Strong headwind coming up this hole. I can never get the range to fade out on this hole, so with the headwind especially, I'm gonna try to give it quite a bit of hyzer and get it straight at the basket. See if we can get that stroke back that we just lost. Oh, pulled it. It's gonna work though, as long as it doesn't go too far. Hit a house. Yes! Let's go, good tree. The wind is whipping right now. I don't feel it right here, but you can definitely hear it. Got about 15 here. I'm gonna try to zip it in so that hopefully it's not affected. Oh, I feel it now. Oh, it's coming. Oh boy. No! Oh my God. That's unbelievable. That's so bad. That's 2 putts that I missed from short range. Hole 19, Billy Goat Gruff, par 3 in the B position, 210 feet. I'm gonna try to use the tailwind to my advantage here and go with a big sweeping anhyzer and hopefully try to get the nose down so that the wind just kites it towards the basket. I'm also gonna try to land left of the basket so that the putt is the tailwind instead of being uphill in a headwind. That's a real tricky putt. That looks wonderful. Uh-oh. Kind of stalled out, but should be an easy putt. I genuinely don't know how this just stalled out and that strong of a tailwind. Putt is right in line with the tree. My goodness. Gonna have to go with a big straddle here. Let's see if I can knock this one down or if it's gonna be another short miss. Give me that, let's go. That was the hardest putt yet of the other 2 I missed on hole 3 and last hole on hole 18. That was the toughest one, and that's the one I make. Hole 28, Eagles Cry, par 3 in the B position, 445 feet. I have been going with either a flippy hex or zone SS turnover up this left gap here and turning it over towards the basket, and then if it gets any kind of fade back in towards the basket if it turns too much. But in this much headwind, I'm gonna try to go fireball up the right gap and try to give it a little bit of anhyzer, let it fight out back in towards the basket, see if we can get close for a birdie here. Oh, no anhyzer at all, threw it flat. Missed the trees. Dang it, I just needed a degree of anhyzer on that and it would have been perfect. Headwind would have held it over. Dang, that's all right though, should be an easy 3. A little bit of a tricky spot here. Don't wanna lay up in front of one of the trees and leave yourself without a putt. And the wind might make this a little bit tricky, but I'm gonna step this out to the right and try to land it right in between the trees so that I hopefully have an easy look at the basket. Might be too far. A little bit too far, but not behind the tree, so it should be okay. This is farther than I would like in this kind of wind, about 10 feet. Tree is not in the way though, so we did good that way. Wind is down, gotta go. There we go. All right, stressing over nothing. Hole 1, new beginning, par 3 in the B position, 307 feet. Wind is whipping right now. My game plan on this hole has been to blast a big anhyzer over the bushes and just try to push like 50 feet past the basket on the left side. And I don't know how this is gonna go in a tailwind. Should make it easy to get the distance, but it also could stable out the disc way too much and end up in the bushes on the left anyway if I don't push it far enough. We're gonna try a bokeh here on a little bit of anhyzer and see if we can get it to turn in towards the basket, but I'm guessing the tailwind is gonna stable it out and be left, but as long as we can take a par here, we should be okay. Oh no, I did not throw it on anhyzer. Oh, it rolled back into the bushes too. Uh-oh, that might be danger. I think this is just about worst case scenario. Rolled right down here into the middle of this bush. I mean, there's just nothing skyward, forward, around. This is atrocious. I'm gonna try to find a little spot I can throw a tomahawk and see if I can get myself some kind of a putt. You know what? Could have been worse. Well, we at least did well enough to give ourselves a putt. Tough one here. Up the hill outside the circle. See if we can knock it in instead of par. And a right to left as well. Oh, it's swirling actually. That's gonna make it tough. We'll just put it up there, see what happens. Just left. Dang it. All right, tap in the bogey. Not the way I wanted to close it out, but I believe that is still a 3 under round. I underestimated how impactful the tailwind was going to be there. Usually, since I'm playing this hole cold, I go with the Gorgon and just try to blast it past the basket. But I thought since I was warmed up, I'd go with the Boca and just try to get it on Anheuser. Didn't get it on Anheuser. Underestimated how important that was going to be in the tailwind, and obviously worst case scenario there. Took a bad bogey. Really like to at least have an easy par on this hole, but if I just made that short putt on 18 and the short one on 3, could have been a really excellent round. But 3 down is still very good, especially given the wind. Also, obviously could have saved at least 1 stroke with hitting the gap on 17 instead of first available. But we'll do one more video at Whitewater next week, hopefully in some calmer conditions. I did check, my PR is 1 down on the mix-up layout, so we'll be trying to shoot 2 down. But thanks everybody for watching. We'll be back at you next Wednesday, and bop off.